I don't think we could have a better fixture than this. It's a tremendously hard game for us. If we get anything out of it, it'll be a bonus for us, because they are a great side, they are a great footballing team, and it's a great game for the players to come into after the disappointment of playing Wolves and getting beat by them in the FA Cup.
And Liverpool, of course, knocked you out of the League Cup here. What did you learn from that?
Yeah, well, the big thing we learned from that is that you mustn't make mistakes against them. We made 3 mistakes on that night, gave 3 diabolical goals away, and after 20 minutes found ourselves 3 down, and really you can't give a bad team 3 goals started, let alone Liverpool, who are a great side, and we had no chance. We gave ourselves no chance, so we've got to cut down our mistakes as much as possible.
What about your choice of team today?
Well, I put Martin Peters in, and he's only 75% fit. Tony Powell's out, and I brought David Jones in his place. Hopefully Kevin Reeves is going to be all right, because he's had a hamstring. So our side is a little bit sort of below par because of the injuries and because of having to make a few changes, but I think we'll be all right.
And Liverpool are below par as well. They're without David Johnson, who was injured in midweek, and they're without Graham Souness, who's now suspended. What effect will that have?
Well, I think Fairclough and Lee, who come in, I don't think that undermines the team too much, but I think that they will have a few little problems in just settling down and settling in again, because in fairness, they have had a tremendous amount of good fortune, Liverpool, in being able to name the same side week in and week out. And this is a great, great advantage. And really, Liverpool don't need those sort of advantages, but they've had that the good fortune to be able to name the teams, the same team week in and week out, and hopefully that will unsettle them just a little bit today. If it does, we might just catch them on a good day.
So it's Liverpool who get the game underway. Norwich City's 13th home game of the season, and their unbeaten home record presumably under the most serious threat. Jimmy Case, Graham Padden, and Greg Downs. Pitch is a bit soft. It's Kevin Bond. Chase for Fashanu. We've got a good atmosphere, and it could well be the biggest crowd here at Carrow Road this season. And an early corner to lift spirits even higher. Justin Fashanu taking a position at the far edge of the 6-yard box from the kicker. Dermot, the player on the near post. Got the back foot that time. There's Peters! So easy! And Ray Clements beaten before he had a chance to touch the ball. Martin Peters, a really very, very simple header from about 2 yards out. The second corner produced the flick on the near post, and when it came across, the ball was absolute meat and drink for Martin Peters to put past Clements. And naturally, that has produced a very early crescendo from the crowd. It's Phil Neal. David Fairclough took it away from Brown nicely and did well to put it back, but couldn't put it back enough for Kenny Dalglish. As the Norwich manager, now in his position in the stand, alongside him is Ken Brown. Kevin Keelan, 680th appearance. Ryan, Fashanu, McDermott. Fairclough wide to the right. That's nice into Sammy Lee, who returns the compliment well. Chance here for Fairclough, and it's in. And the 2 players brought into the side this afternoon for Liverpool combined to get the equaliser. David Fairclough, the scorer, and it was Sammy Lee who fed him. Pass and return, Fairclough to Lee, Lee back to Fairclough, who picked his point and put it wide of the goalkeeper, who got a touch but couldn't keep it out. The referee saying get on with the game, although Greg Downs is injured, still in the area. Two goals inside 4 minutes. And Reeves not too far away from a possibility of a third. Greg Downs' knock is on the ankle, but it's wearing off, it would seem. Peters is well out from the area. Brown, who takes the position on the line, but Peters, where he was before, will move in. Reeves and Bond for the back flick. There goes Peters, comes straight to him. Well, that's two different positions that he met the header, and on neither occasion was he picked up. Stanley again. Here's Dalglish, Keelan committed. Downs covering the middle. Here's Case. Oh! And Ray Kennedy only needed the mildest of touches to turn it in, but he couldn't find it. Jimmy Case's shot, and Keelan really caught out of his ground, but got away with it. Mendham really catching Ray Kennedy. Has taken over. Oh, he saw the gap too, beautifully. So a lovely dummy. And Fairclough puts it in! Marvellous goal from David Fairclough. Second goal of the match, his second league goal of the season. But this is the man who deserves the greater part of the credit. His eyes summing up what he feels about it as he's now joined by the scorer. A really lovely run. And it was using Fairclough by not using him during the course of that run that he sold a superb dummy to the Norwich defence and enabled the room to open up in front of him and finally to set up Fairclough for the goal. Last season, Liverpool won here 4-1 and scored 6 against Norwich at Anfield. And, Ryan's shot never looking like putting anything back. Kick against Case. Mr. Scott right on the spot. Now Downs. Okay, looking long for a player running behind the defender. And they've got a corner out of it. Clear tactic by Norwich to play the ball early against a defence which is often accused of being a bit square. Looking at it from behind John Ryan. Brown again on the line. Peters again coming from the back. And it was Bond! And turned off the line by Lee. Bond's flick. And Sammy Lee who got it off the line. Downs. Padden got slightly in his way. Thompson not finding it easy in the air against Kevin Reeves. Good ball. Round the Bond. Mashanu and Hansen. Mendham. Padden. Reeves! All in the air until it came down to the foot of Reeves. 2-2. 4 men involved in the move, and it was looking promising from the moment that Brown started it from the pass out of defence. Final header on, falling to Reeves' foot, who was able to arc it away from Ray Clements. Well, the before today's game, the biggest crowd here was for the 3-3 draw with Ipswich on Boxing Day. When the crowd is big, the goals seem to be plenty. Lee again on the run. Dalglish, crowd looking for an offside flag, but he wasn't offside. There's Fairclough. And kicked away by Kevin Keelan. Right on the half-time whistle. And a breathless, very, very entertaining first half, which the crowd have obviously enjoyed. 2 goals inside the first 4 minutes. 2 goals for David Fairclough. One of them from a lovely run by Alan Hansen, and the equaliser from Kevin Reeves from a good move in the air on the right side by Norwich. So away go Norwich City. Ball with Kevin Bond. Reeves picking up in the air where he left off. Thompson under pressure. Here's Graham Padden. Here's Fashanu. He needed too many touches to work out a shooting position. Difficult for him, but it wouldn't have counted because there's a flag up on the far side anyway. Well watched. Mendham. Lee. Dalglish. Bond took control. Downs. Bond again. Dalglish coming to challenge. Ryan. Peters looking for Reeves. Ray Kennedy to Kenny Dalglish. And the referee says no. Dalglish trying to turn around his man. And the referee says no. And Dalglish looks pained about the decision. Spinning ball too much for the youngster. And there'll be a delay in play because Peter Mendham is in need of attention. John Bond remaining impassive in the stand. And we need a change of shorts. That's the reason for all this. Alan Taylor doing a powerful job there. Peter Mendham seemed to have a knock on the thigh, being carried off. Getting good applause from the local crowd. He's played well. And here's the substitute, Mick Maguire. He thought he might have to come on, but in place of the player he's now talking to, Martin Peters. McDermott. Neil. Fairclough. Dalglish again looking unhappy. Kenny Dalglish has only scored twice in the last 9 games. Peter Mendham, and I give it as quoted, he called a tummy muscle. Fashanu, that's nice, used the long legs to good purpose there, shielded by Reeves. Ryan, chipped up, Fashanu, Peters! No! It was sprinting across the area. Peters arriving, as he does so often, as the ball came across from Justin Fashanu. And just the wrong side of the post. Jones. Maguire. Ryan. Going to use it a little bit better this time. He's gone on. Ball with Bond. Norwich finding it a struggle to build now. Neil. That's nicely back by Ray Kennedy to Dalglish. McDermott far post. Fairclough taking the same ground. Now coming near and scores! And it's a hat-trick for David Fairclough. And some good running off the ball. And Dalglish had two options open to him. Fairclough and McDermott were for a moment running to the same area. But Fairclough peeled away, took the nearer position from Dalglish's viewpoint and tucked it in, receiving the pass neatly enough to make Liverpool lead by 3-2, and all three goals scored by David Fairclough. So the score now identical with Norwich's last fixture here, which saw Wolves knock them out of the FA Cup at 3-2. Case is far post. There he is, Peters away. Quarter of an hour of the match remaining, and there has to be a considerable change in Norwich City if they're to save it now. Here's Ryan. Maguire. An offside flag. Substitution because of the injury to Peter Mendham has certainly cost Norwich dear. John Bond now sees defeat staring his team in the face. Norwich came back to force a 3-3 draw against Ipswich. Maybe Liverpool are a different proposition. They look as though they've got the bit between the teeth now. And they have, as I said earlier, been a growing force in the second half. It's Fashanu. Bond this way, number 4. Kevin Bond who made the run, and the ball was with Ryan. And here's Sammy Lee! Good challenge by Greg Downs. Thwarting the youngster of the chance of his first goal in senior football. The Liverpool supporters certainly making themselves heard. And in confident voice. Downs. Patton. Free kick Norwich's way. Brown has come up. Peters. Free kick for an unnecessarily harsh challenge, it's seen by Neil, although Liverpool obviously thought that Peters dived. Free kick it is anyway. Peters to take. Fashanu. Maguire couldn't get there. All over the place it was. Downs. Peters. Fashanu. Good save. Carried the ball forward as he dived, and he was able to hold it out from Fashanu's header. Downs. Case in his defensive role. Ryan, Fashanu. Oh, what a goal! Oh, that's a magnificent goal! Didn't seem to be the room between Ray Clements' hand and the post. And John Bond still wants to make a defensive point at cover as the crowd applauds. Surely one of the best goals I've seen at Carrow Road this season. Really sweet turn by the tall man and curling high up just away from Ray Clements' hand and just inside his far right hand post for 3-3. Well, what now? And the home crowd have hope again. Here's Douglas. And the referee in the way of McDermott. Challenge by Alan Kennedy on Maguire. Amazing what a difference a goal can make, but here's Fairclough. Gillen to face him, up, and he catches it between his knees. Unbelievable. Well, Fairclough has scored all three for Liverpool, and they haven't been enough to win the match for them, but he had the chance then to win it, and couldn't take it. Case. Douglas in the box in the middle. Here is McDermott. And there's Douglas! McDermott found by Neil. And the cross only about a yard out. And Kenny Douglas down on all fours to get the nod in. 4-3 to Liverpool. Kenny Douglas, who's complained a bit, hoped a bit, hasn't always got what he thought he should have got. In the end, perhaps has got the winner. There are 90 seconds of the 90 minutes remaining. And John Bond saying everything for Norwich in that expression. What do you have to do to beat Liverpool, he must be thinking. Play on. Here's Douglas. Here's Case. And Kevin Bond away. And Case allowed to go on and scores. Good decision by the referee, allowing him to continue. And we've come to the 89th minute. And now, for the first time in the afternoon, there is no doubt about which side is going to win. The expressions of the players on opposite sides, very telling. The son's face matching that of his father. 8 goals, some magnificent entertainment. But a very hard defeat for Norwich to take. Further proof of what's becoming an old adage in football: you have never beaten Liverpool or even got a draw with them until the match is finally over. Fashanu, Reeves. Oh, what Alan Kennedy doing? Clements looked up at him and smiled. There's the hat-trick man. Ray Kennedy. Hansen. Maguire. Is there to be a 9th? Padden. Reeves. Forced a bit wide. And the answer to my question is no. And 8 goals is surely feast enough. 3 of them from David Fairclough. in Liverpool's total of 5 as against 3 by Norwich City. Really marvellous entertainment, which ends up with Norwich City's unbeaten home record being spoiled by the league champions. Certainly they looked the more likely winners in the second half, but just as they seemed to have won it through Fairclough's third goal of the afternoon, the brilliant effort by Fashion who tied it up, it looked then likely to be a draw, but it ends up as 5-3 to the team who play right to the last drop.